Hello everybody, Gbenga Olatunji here. 2% of every business that started within the first 2 to 5 years will fail. Statistics has shown that. But to us, well trained in business world and accountancy, you should not be heard of. And that is why we are covering this all-time important topic on the corporate strategic management and ethics. So we are going to be looking at business plan in details, and after that we'll be looking at a visibility study in details. Under business plan, we are going to break it down into 4 parts, looking at the importance of writing a good business plan. We should write a business plan, useful hints about a good business plan, and also components of a good business plan. Next, of course, will be visibility study that we'll be looking at. From James Associate channel, we are welcoming people that are just joining us for the first time and people that have always been and are returning. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, click the notification button, set it to all so that you will be notified anytime we release new video, and we promise to do this. Let us go into business plan in detail. It is important as business managers to ensure we prepare business plan and insist every business you have business plan. And even though the format of business plan may have a generic format, the truth of the matter is every model of business is unique in itself, and is many business will fail even when they have business plan also, because they just do a copycat trying to use a format, a model of an established business plan for another business, adopting it into their own, not knowing that every business plan has a unique business model on which it is built on. And because of this, the business will fail because the business will be looking at the wrong side of things. So we should try as much as possible to do business plan by ourselves. And when I mean by ourselves, I mean the pioneer or somebody hired for that purpose but should understand the intention of the pioneers of the business very well. Let us now look at importance of writing a good business plan. Number one, the process of sitting down and planning and documenting it together will force us as a person and as business people to be objective and to be critical of the wish we want to go about that particular business. Let me come again. The process of putting business plan together forces the person preparing the plan to look at the business in an objective and critical manner. Ordinarily, people just go into business. I have an idea and I rushed into it, and later to find out that the business world is more fierce than that. Therefore, when we sit down and plan, we look at things objectively. We see the risk inherent in the business on time. That does not mean we should avoid it, but that's gives us a critical look on how are we going to mitigate it and survive the business even before we start, which is a very good thing. Another important thing I need to mention about business plan writing is that it helps to focus idea and serves as a feasibility study of the business chances for success and growth. Of course, we are going to go into feasibility study in detail, but there's an element of visibility approach to every business plan. So when we plan, we focus our idea. Maybe we just have a generic idea, but by the time we sit down to plan on it, we begin to trash out things and we easily see those that could not work and how to ensure the idea is fine-tuned to work. So we narrow it down to specific area niches of the industry. Now it's no longer generic because we had taken our time to plan concerning the success, the visibility, the viability of the business. Third, when we write a business plan, the finished report could serve as an operational tool to define the company's present status and the future possibilities for the organization. So that report on its own is like our operational manual, statement of operational manual, SOP. It guides us, and at the end of the day, we can know very well our present status, our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats, and the hope we have in the nearest future to grow big, to become greater in the industry. Also, when we make a business plan, it is a strong communication tool. Don't forget, it's an operational tool. Now we are talking of our business plan as a communication tool in which we can reach out to the world, especially the world of finance, when we need to finance the project, especially if we are not funding it by ourselves. So it defines the purpose. We know our competitors earlier on. We know who our management team will be and the personnel and what we need to hire in every personnel. So this process of constructing a business plan can be a strong reality check to us and communicates to the outside world. When we make a business plan, the finished business plan provides a basis for your financing proposal. Every financial institution will want to see your plan, whether it's workable or not, whether it's viable or not. And once we have this, we are having a good chance of obtaining funds required to support the business and the project. The next could have been answered already, but let us still quickly go into it. Who should write a business plan? Of course, it is good if the business owner or business owners and pioneers have competence enough to do the business plan themselves. It is of greater benefit. Nevertheless, we could hire a competent hand to do it for us. And as chartered accountants and people well knowledgeable in business world, having gone through this tutorial, we should be able to make a business plan. for yourself, and you can consult, they can consult you to make a business plan for them. So we are standing on a very good ground. Here we understand business planning very well and how to write a business plan report. So the answer is the visionaries should make a documented plan. But if they will not be able to peradventure because of time or not knowing how to do it, they should express their vision to somebody that could put it down and guide them to write a business plan as the model they are thinking of can reflect. Next, the useful hints about a good business plan. What are the hints that we can have as regards a qualitative business plan? Number one, first and foremost, we should know that a business planner is a researcher. So you must become a researcher. Ask questions that comes to mind and all you need to know about the business. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to have answer to everything, just as we cannot have answer to everything. But let us know that there is a question that we need to ask, and ask it. Look for answer to it. And that is a very good starting point about business plan writing. Then another hint about business plan writing is that you need to package it very well. Don't just write a report and just print it anyhow, and let it be attractive, let it be presentable. Let it be presentable. Yes, let it be presentable. It is important because it's a communication tool. Don't forget. You are going to hand it over to somebody that if need be. And let's even say you are funding it by yourself. Make it attractive. Even for your sake, for your own sake, make it attractive. Let it be inviting that somebody has actually sat down to work on this thing. It is important and for the good and benefit of the business. Then after we've done it, we can give it to others to critique it on our behalf. Give that business plan to somebody else to look out for and critique. Maybe they are missing links. Maybe there are things you've overlooked. Let somebody critique it for you even before you start to use it as communication tool. Also, we need to spell out the strategy on how we intend to handle adversity, competition, and every business we have and face competition. So how are you going to handle it? You must have a plan for it. We must equally establish our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats, and our management team support. Who and who will be our strengths in this project, and what are the weaknesses that we need to work on. Also, it is important for us to have a cash flow projection. Have a cash flow projection included in your business plan. You can have between 1 to 5 years projection, but concentrate on the first 1 year and ensure you are able to, if possible, surpass it, implement it, achieve it, and even surpass it. But you can have it 5, 10 years cash projection, but concentrate step by step. Having done that, freely and frequently modify the business plan. Don't forget, it's not cast in stone. You wrote it by yourself or you hire somebody. When you have a new idea or a better idea, and innovation you can include into that business. Modify your business plan accordingly. Modify it accordingly. It's not cast in stone. Having done that, be optimistic about your future sales. Be optimistic about your estimating future costs. Please and please be objective, be realistic about your cost, about your income. Nevertheless, be optimistic, but let it be realistic, something that you can achieve. It could stretch you, but you can achieve it. Disregard and discount weaknesses in your plan. That is, those things that you know that are weaknesses. Don't let them debar you from saying you are going ahead to implement it. Look at it objectively and how you can mitigate and make profit in that business. Every project manager, every business owner, they venture into risk. And we just spoke about risk at length as a series. So also you must stress your long-term projection. Like I said, we break it down and concentrate on this year. Ensure you implement and achieve it. But also don't overlook and be working towards the future in achieving it. You need to depend uniquely on your unique selling points of your business. What are your critical success factors? You must be able to put it down in your business plan and concentrate on them. That's another very vital hint in your business plan. And you need to be everything to everybody. That's the truth, especially when businesses are just starting. You need to be everything to everybody. Be a salesman, you need to be the executive, you need to be this messenger of your company when you are starting and the like. So you need to think in a diversified way. And please don't think too much about what you do not have. Like if you are listening to me and you are not an accountant, please. We that are accountants is an advantage, but you are listening to the same information that accountants possess now. So please make your plan and go ahead with it. Don't be bothered about what you don't currently have. Look for a way of getting them and move on. Base your business plan on a wonderful concept and model. Like I said, it is very dangerous for business and businesses to just adopt or copy business plan for copying its sake, for having a business plan sake. It's very wrong. It makes an organization not to survive because every business plan is built on a concept and on a model. And if the model is not right for your organization, but you are using the business plan, it's not good. It's very wrong, please. Please and please don't do it. Make a time out of no time to prepare your own business plan. Then you can run with it. I believe all these hints have been very useful to somebody. So let us move on to components of a good business plan. A good business plan, we said, is a communication tool. So that means that we are going to use it and give it to some people that may not be within our sphere of life or part of our organization before. But somehow we will need them and we need them. So we need to have the executive summary. You cannot waste executive time. Like my former employer used to tell me, Gbenga, don't waste your executive time. Many times so that I will not bother on some things and major and concentrate my energy on some things. Executive, you cannot waste their time. So therefore you must have executive summary in which it helps anybody you are presenting to at a snapshot to understand what you are talking about, what your project is all about. So it is important for you to have executive summary. Then it must contain your product or service that you want to go into. You must be able to sell it in a snapshot. Another thing you must talk about is the market. What niche, what area of business are you venturing into? And having discussed your market, then you must talk about your market strategy. That is, how will you navigate through the turbulent terrain of business world? That is the strategy. You must also know your competitors and discuss about your competition. Who are they? Make a list of them, at least a few of strong one that could impact your business. Make a list of competition, then talk about your business operations. How are you going to do things differently and survive the business, especially in that industry? Then talk about your management team. This is another critical one. Who are you going to be working with? What experience are they coming with? What are their personality traits? What are their past experiences, educational past experiences and background, personal data about them, their personal financial maybe statement and supporting and contribution into the business. Work experience, their duties and responsibility. Having discussed about the management team, you must also discuss about personnel need and the requirements that you will want them to come in with. Then you must discuss about the financial data of the organization. Your break-even analysis, the balance sheet, the cash flow projection, the income statement. Don't forget to put necessary supporting documents into your business plan.